Isaac, how's it going, Isaac? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, Rock.
Been wondering about you.
It's about time.
Hey, carnal, I know, bro.
When Mando texts me and he's like, "Do you want to do a podcast with Rock and Roll James?" I think to myself, I think I made it already.
Yeah, dude. I've been wanting you on the show.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know, I mean, I've been following you for the longest time. We've been friends. The first song I ever recorded with my band, you were there. Remember? At the studio, dude.
Yeah, and
Osama bin Laden, you can kiss our ass. I listened to that song and I'm like, God damn, that's ugly.
That was awesome.
Like, we're our own worst critics, right, man? But it was just the start. We're just trying to get some music going, man. But you had already been doing it for a while at that point. That's was like 2011, dude. The band, my band's been around for 15 years.
That's right. But 2010, 2011.
Y estábamos en el little studio allá in 23rd Street, like Centro Musical era el Doneño. It was his little studio. Little hole in the wall, nothing special. And got the oldies. And
is it still there?
I think so, man.
Did they still record? Do you know? They still record?
I don't know, man. I mean, some of the stuff they had was pretty antique compared to what there is now. I mean, everybody has to upgrade.
I thought it was a pretty cool studio, man.
And now everybody has a studio, dude, right? Everybody records in their home and stuff. What have you been getting into lately, man, musically?
Honestly, just 90s, man.
See?
90s music, dude.
See?
Yeah, 90s and 80s is what I go to.
Like what for example?
Or 2000 rock.
Okay.
Breaking Benjamin.
Okay.
What is it? You know, that type, Puddle of Mud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's
Blurry.
Yeah.
That song's good, man.
Yeah.
Is that the song about Blurry is a song about the kid and the child divorce with the kid and all that, single father and all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. 90s. Man, that's interesting, man. I mean, I really don't. Not many people say the 90s when you tell them what you've been
90s
into.
Music, man. 90s and 80s, dude.
Did you get into the grunge stuff?
Yeah, man.
Pearl Jam. I couldn't get into that stuff, bro.
Yeah, Pearl Jam actually grew on me when they first came out. I was like, I don't know, man, and then just kind of grew on me.
It's like the music, and I come from the new wave of British heavy metal, you know, which Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Saxon, and that was the early '80s. And then and then White Snake and all that, and then Van Halen, a huevo, ¿entiendes? But then grunge came in and it kind of destroyed it. It's like what Norteño did at Tejano, right?
Yeah.
You know, right? When grunge came in. But I just couldn't get into grunge because it was too depressing for me. And I was like, I'm fucking energy. I'm fucking testosterone. So I had to go to Pantera, you know, and freaking Ozzy and Pantera.
But even like Soundgarden, you know, they're considered alternative, right?
That's one of the only bands that I got into from that grunge era
because they weren't really
Rusty Cage.
They were like, it was metal sounding.
Well, the Outshine was really like Sabbathy, you know, like boom, 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 you know. So that's one of the bands that I instantly, you know, got into. But as far as, you know, Nirvana and Pearl Jam and some of those other, Alice in Chains was another band that I really liked. Yeah, that was another one, You know, I really liked them as well. But that also had a little bit of depression, and a lot of them were on heroin and shit like that. They were fucking going through opioids.
Depressed.
But I was like, during the early 90s when that shit was hitting, I was Pantera, you know. I was Black Sabbath. I was AC/DC, you know, stuff with energy.
So that's the stuff we would get into during football season. Yeah. Like Pantera and metal, like that hard metal stuff.
Yeah. When did you start singing? How old were you when you started singing?
I was about 12. About 12, that's when my mom started taking me to like karaoke contests and stuff. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you remember.
Okay.
Y'all remember Funtime Pizza?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so they hosted a karaoke contest. And I was one of the finalists, and I won. You were a judge.
Really, dude?
Yeah. It was you and Country Rollin' at the time. Que pase this guy. And there was somebody. It was 3 judges. I don't know who the third was, but it was you, Country Rollin', and another judge, and I won first place.
That's crazy. What song did you sing?
What song did I sing? I think it was I Swear by John Michael.
And I swear, puro midnight magic.
Yeah, man, that's where I started. And then
Fun Time Pizza, was that in Edinburgh?
in McAllen, right here on Olana.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that plaza where
I think that belonged to Nano Ramirez, I
was
think.
he?
Yeah. And they did a karaoke there.
Yeah, man.
Man, so how old were you? 12?
12,
And how old are you now?
44.
So that was how many years ago,
I
man?
don't know. You do the math.
12, well, 44, take away 12 is 33, something like that?
Let's see.
32 years ago.
Yeah, man.
I'm 58, so how old was I then? 58, I gotta get my calculator out here, bro. 58 and take away 32 equals, I was 26 years old, dude. I was 26 years old.
That's crazy.
It had to be, because I turned 20 in 86. So this was like 92,
92,
dude.
man.
91.
I was born in 80.
When
Yeah.
Tejano was apenas estaba pegando todo lo que daba, carnal.
And then so I was doing that for a while, or not
Karaoke
like,
stuff?
Yeah, like I was on on a circuit on a karaoke.
Well, you
circuit.
knew you wanted to sing
Yeah,
right there
man.
and then, man.
To be honest with you, when the first, because I grew up in music. My dad was David Vidaurri. He played bass with Roberto Pulido, right?
Órale.
So there was a lot of great concerts that I got to see
Firsthand.
Yeah, man. Especially, and then so when I was about 10 or 11, they did a big show at the Vidaurri with Emilio Navaira.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw Emilio perform for the very first time, that I was like, that's what I want to do. Because he had like the lights, and I want to say he had like the pyrotechnics,
charisma,
dude, man,
the
and
voice,
just the way he sang and performed, and when I saw him, and I've told this story to different people, but when I saw Emilio, that's when I was like, I want to sing, I want to do that,
Yeah.
and so I just took it from there, man. I started learning George Strait music, a lot of the Tejano music that was out, Emilio's music.
See.
Yeah.
And you went to school in Iconiccz?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So were you part of that Estudiantina stuff and all that?
No, I wasn't, but I knew Mr. Layton very well.
Benny?
Yeah, very well. And then so I was doing the karaoke stuff, whatever contests and whatnot, talent shows. And then Lucky Joe, we were in school at the time. He came and he recruits me. He's going to start a conjunto. He'd like for me to be his lead singer.
Órale.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it was me, Lucky Joe, Eddie Gonzalez, the bass player for Los Delta Boys. Mm-hmm. He played bajo at the time.
Órale.
But he was a little bit older than us, so he was out of high school. So it was us, Lucky Joe, Eddie Gonzalez, me, Benny Layton Jr., he was on drums. Jimmy Cano was on bass. My brother, he did some lead vocals and backup vocals. And this girl, her name was Angie Solis. Amazing singer. She sang really good. She was in the student. All of them were pretty much in the Estudiantina at the time.
Yeah.
Except for me.
I know, man. Iconiccz, Chelsea. Every time I sit down with somebody from Iconiccz, it's like, I always remember the top ones that come out, right? But like you're one of them too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many that and then all that crew that you're talking about, and
I think
the Delta area is so rich with music, dude. Culture.
No, I went to school with Jaime and Javi Gonzalez. We all went to school together.
Ilani, todos those guys.
Lonnie and Carlos, we went to school together.
Those bad boys.
Yeah, man. We all came out of it.
And then down the street también estaba aquel el de Mesteño también, Rocky Beltrán. Those, I mean, it's all that's that road between Iconiccz and Edinburgh. You know what I mean?
That's how I met Rocky, was through Lucky Joe and Eddie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. And then so this was 92, 93, and then you joined the band you were with, right? Deseo?
Yeah, so
they're out of that area as well, too, right?
Yeah. So I did, we did about a year with me and Lucky with our band, and then we just kind of disbanded.
Jose fue con los frijoles románticos y también. Oh no, he was playing with Jennifer Peña.
I think
Lucky started playing with different
man,
artists that were
different artists,
yeah.
man. When we started performing, he started playing with Grupo Cereza, I want to say. That was a band that I think Javier Hinojosa.
Oh yeah, I remember Javier from San Juan.
Yeah. And then so around that time, Deseo was looking for a lead singer. And Benny Boy, Benny Jr. He was playing drums at the time for DeSale, and he calls me. He's like, "Hey man, you want to try out? DeSale's looking for a singer." And I'd already known DeSale because they played a lot of like the quinceañeras in our area and the weddings and stuff like that. So I already knew who they were.
Sí.
I was like, "Heck yeah, man! Fuck
Ya
yeah."
tan established.
Yeah. So tried out and I got the part. Man,
Tuviste con ellos chingo de
I was with them from I believe 96 to 2022, man. No. 20 around the start of the pandemic.
2020? Yeah, the pandemic started March 2020.
Yeah, algo así.
Yeah, was that shit that turned everybody down,
Yeah,
bro?
man.
I mean, but Papa, what the
So when I stopped singing with them, it was right at the start where they parked everybody, clubs, bands couldn't perform, and I just decided to kind of take
Shoot, man, so you were with them 20-something years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
And you were off and on, and you got out for a bit, and then rejoined and stuff like that.
I had to take a break.
See?
I got into some trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chingado, pinches singers nunca se portan bien, carnal.
That's where the
Yeah. Was it legal or what? Or just personal family shit or what?
Nah, it was. I got pulled over.
Oh yeah.
It was one late night, and I was on my
shit.
way home, and I decided to speed, and I'd already been drinking. They got me for DWI, man. So
Yeah, man. I mean, performing and partying comes hand in hand a lot of times, man. Yeah. You still party? You still?
no? I calmed down, man.
Okay. What does calm down mean? I'm down from an 18-pack to 15 beers. You know.
No, but I had to calm down a little bit.
See?
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still drank, but I don't get as crazy as I used to.
See?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I've been on the wagon 16 years. I was crazier than a motherfucker, bro.
I've heard your stories.
Big time. And sometimes I'm driving around and all of a sudden I get a flashback of a moment in my life where I was at a place where that was very dangerous.
Yeah.
And I get scared, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck was I doing there?
Yeah, man.
Why was I there? What the hell? Thank God I'm not there anymore.
I've had those.
Because us as musicians and DJs and all that shit, everybody wants to party with us, and I'd go with anybody, man. And I didn't give a hell how fucking hardcore they were.
In there.
And some of them were, heavy duty dudes, and I remember going to a friend's house and there was a kid outside with a tote bag with a machine gun in it. You know what I mean?
No.
And this was like 3 a.m. It's foggy, and I'm over there, like looking for shit. Yeah. It got really out of hand. And then when I quit, I would have dreams. I'd be asleep and I'd be dreaming that I'm out in the street looking for coke, and haven't been home in 5 days, and then it's like I'm somewhere at some house and it's 8:00 p.m. Sunday and I've been lost since Thursday, and then I wake up like I'm in bed, thank God. And I remember telling my sponsor, "Hey man, I'm having fucking nightmares of shit, man." Like, what?
He says that. No.
You're having nightmares, party nightmares? I go, yeah. Enjoy those, Rock. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Those are reminders where you don't want to be anymore.
He says, you get to do what you always love to do, but you don't even leave your bed. Enjoy them. I'm like, hell no, bro. I don't want to enjoy that shit.
Nah, man.
It's crazy.
I get flashbacks like that also, or they had me on a breathalyzer. So when I got off of it, like I'd be like, oh shit, I missed my time. Like my window where I had to blow into the breathalyzer. It was crazy, man. To this day, I still have just flashbacks, man. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
crazy.
Do you still keep contact with the dudes from DeSale and stuff?
A few of them.
See?
Yeah.
Okay, are they still jamming?
Yeah,
they're still
playing?
playing?
Still playing every so often. Not as much as they used to. But yeah.
And then you got out right before the pandemic. You ended up with Jimmy's kid.
Yeah,
right?
man. So I took
Mike.
I took a long break. I want to say about 4 years, man. And then I get a phone call from Rocky Beltran.
Yeah.
And I'm having dinner with my family, right? And so I was like, Rocky's calling me. So I ignored the first phone call, right? I was like, I'm fucking eating, man. I'll call him later.
Yeah.
And he keeps calling me. I was like, okay. So I answered, hey, ¿qué onda, Rock? He's like, hey, we need a singer for tomorrow. This is a Friday. They're gonna be in Kerrville the next day, right?
Holy shit!
And I'm like, do you want to come sing with us? I was like, well, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, man, our singer didn't show up, and we need a singer to cover. We have it's Cinco de Mayo Fest in Kerrville. And I'm like, pues chinga, I don't know. I mean, what do y'all sing? What do y'all play, dude? And he's like, pues all the más songs. I'll send you a list. And I was like, pues chinga, dude. He's like, do you want to fucking do it? And I was like, okay, I'll go. And so we hang up. And my girlfriend, she's like, well, what do you want? He's like, well, I think I'm gonna sing again. He's like, what? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, pues my Gonzalez, the Iconiccz, they need a singer, and they want me to go, do the show with them. Uh-huh. But just a cover, for
sí.
that show.
No, para que se haga la tocada.
Yeah. So she's like, pues what time to take off? I was like, I think 9. That one. So yeah, we take off. I met Rocky the next morning. We took off. I'm listening to the songs. He sends me the set list, right? So I'm listening to the music and we got through it, man. Más o menos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
it was your first tryout?
Yeah.
That's the best practice on stage, no? Shit.
Yeah. So and I told Mike afterwards, I was like, hey Mike, if you need a singer, man, I'm ready to join you. He's like, yeah, pues we're gonna try out a couple of guys or whatever. Not that one. And then the following week he puts me into the group chat. So I was like, I guess I'm in, right? Mm-hmm. And went to California. I think we were in San Benito for a private the next weekend or 2 weekends after, and then got ready, went to California. Man, I went to places I thought I'd never go to with the Iconiccz, man. Big shout out to Mike Gonzalez, man.
Yeah.
In case he watches this, but I got to do the Vegas, the convention.
Yeah,
that was
takeover, the Vegas takeover
on main stage, man. Yeah. So you're talking about a big crowd, dude. It was
from all over the nation.
It was amazing, man.
Yeah,
some amazing shows. The Victoria Memorial Day Bash, that was an overwhelming, dude. That was an overwhelming experience, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a good run with the Iconiccz, man. When
you joined them, I said, "Orale, pues Isaac, shit, man, you're a mainstay in singing in the music industry. You've been singing forever, and I thought you were a perfect fit for them, And I was really happy, because I know they were doing a lot of Maz music. Yeah. Because of course it began as a tribute. For Jimmy and Grupo Maz. And I got, Bumper Gomez, right? We got into a little debate because he felt that they should have kept the Maz name, and I felt that.
Right, I remember watching.
I think Joe should have, Joe has it, and I think he should. And I also said, I prefer Mike have started his own legacy. Mm-hmm. Obviously, still with the inspiration of his father, but he built Iconiccz.
Yeah.
And he put it together and he stuck to it. And it's not easy, bro, having a band, dude, and having to deal with musicians and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think what really helped, man, was that the following that Jimmy built up, dude. I met so many people that it's crazy, man. Mm-hmm. It's great. You think you only see that in popular music, like the fandom, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? But to meet people from all over the place that were just inspired or in awe of Jimmy Gonzalez and just big fans, #1 fans and stuff, it's crazy, man.
What was really interesting about Jimmy was he was capable of bringing in young audiences. Yeah, even at later on in his career, because he started in the mid 70s. And in the late 90s, he was still bringing in a young generation with the music he was doing in his solo stuff, with the songs, because the music is catchy, it's beautiful, it's well made, and he was just an amazing arranger that was capable of putting songs together that appealed to all ages. Yeah. And sometimes stuff that a certain artist does, it kind of like it gets old, right? And it never, he kept freshening it.
There was a lot of Jimmy Gonzalez music that I had never heard. I was more like into the most popular songs of Jimmy Gonzalez. And then when I started, listening to all of his albums, I was like, man, these fucking songs are bangers, man.
Dime que te quiero, or something, que me quieres,
Yeah,
right? What's the name? Ven y dame tu, dame un minuto. That's one of my favorite songs. Super catchy, dude.
Man.
And it's got the beginning of Sailing from
Christopher Cross.
Yeah, man. Let me see it. I'm gonna put it so people can hear that. That's one of the most awesome. Dame un minuto is the name of it, right?
Yeah.
And man, I never got to see you guys play live, bro. It's the Iconiccz. I still haven't seen the Iconiccz, man. They got it on video, man, right here. But the beginning is like. So I'd always tell Jimmy, hey, wey, le robaste el pinche riff a Christopher Cross, carnal. He goes, see? Look right here. So you hear that, right? So then you hear the original, right? Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Yeah, but this guy's from San Antonio, actually, Christopher Cross.
Yeah. My dad told me that.
There it is.
That's a beautiful song.
Yeah, it is, man. It's amazing. Y dime que me quieres, dime que me adoras.
Yeah, man.
Ven y dame tu calor.
Right?
Yeah, yeah, man. But
man.
yeah, for sure, man. So you ended up with Iconiccz, and didn't you all record some music, or you all went? Because I had ¿cómo se llama este?
AJ Castillo.
AJ Castillo, yeah, he was on my show.
Yeah, so we had just signed on his label, and then we were already in the process of recording an album. So I only got to do that one single, Cuéntale a Todos.
Is it on here? Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Let's hear it, man.
Mike Gonzalez.
Cuéntale
A Todos.
a todo. Mike Gonzalez. It's not Iconiccz. So there he goes, Mike Gonzalez. All right. So this is you singing on this song. Yeah. Okay. It's got that Maz punch. Accordion in. Great formula. I haven't heard you sing on this song, man. Let me see.
Cuéntale a todos cómo jugaste con mi amor, cómo sabiendo que te amaba, que por ti mi vida daba, me quebraste el corazón. Cuéntale a todos cómo lloraba yo por ti. Traibas de un cordón, porque yo sin tu amor no era feliz. Cuéntale a todos que solo fui tu diversión, pero este mundo todo cobra y ahora tú es la que llora por mi amor.
Who was doing the keys on the song, man?
Chris Perales.
Chris? Oh, yeah, Chris is good, man. He was with Jimmy for a while, man, for a long while. He knows it. Wow. That's smooth, dude. Is that Rocky on accordion, or is it AJ? Oh, that's nice, dude. Boy. dijeron ahí?
The legacy continues.
Órale, es todo. Wow, man. That's fantastic. So, you recorded the song, and then how long were you with him after? I mean, you're not with him anymore, right?
No, I'm not with him anymore.
¿Qué pasó ahí, carnal? I mean,
pues, disagreements happen with bands and stuff.
Sí.
Pero,
I mean, it's kind of interesting. Just right after you finish recording your first song, dude, you're gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
there was was a little bit of disagreements, that happened between the band, but in all fairness, man, business is business, dude. And me and Mike, we agreed, just to part ways, and he went in another direction as far as lead vocalist, and it's all good, man. I don't have no I don't have no hard feelings towards Mike. I mean, to this day, we'll text each other every so often,
See.
And
he's got to keep he's got to keep it rolling.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
everybody's got to do what they got to do.
I just thank him. He gave me the chance to get my name out there, dude. Because like I said, I played I got to play shows that I never thought I'd ever do, man.
Because you were always a local guy here.
Man, local, dude. So I was never on that big stage, on that big Tejano stage.
Did that have an issue with, you kind of like, maybe not being there anymore? Is that it was something that was, I mean, you spent most of your career just, 5 minutes away from the gigs and, 10 minutes away.
Oh, you mean like being away from home?
Yeah, not just that, but like, the valley's far from everything, bro. You know what I mean? If you live in San Antonio, bro, está más o menos, you know, but when you live in the valley, it's everything's 3 or 4 hours farther.
And I think because there was times where Mike wanted to rehearse and stuff, and the majority of the band live in San Antonio, and Chris lives in Corpus, which is just 2 hours away. You know what I mean? And for me to get out there. But I still have my 8 to 5 Monday through Friday.
That's another thing, dude.
So to leave like on a Wednesday to practice, come back, and I have to leave again either Thursday or Friday for the weekend. It's kind of.
And then sometimes we need something to keep us going. You know what I mean? For me, it was always alcohol. I mean, ando en caído, güey, unos cuantos pistos y no, hombre, estoy listo, carnal. It's crazy like that, and. And then from there went into the drugs, and then I'd end up going 2-3 days, and then I got another gig coming up shit. You know what I mean? It gets kind of crazy, but was that something that was a different, kind of a challenge for you? Is now knowing that, okay, I can't the gig's at 9:30, I can't leave at 9. You know what I mean? You gotta leave like in the afternoon.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because you guys were playing like in Vegas. Did you fly over there? Or
we
what?
flew.
Oh, you flew?
But I'd have to be in. Let's say San Antonio the night before, because we're gonna fly early the next morning. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. So I guess work-wise, también, you just have to say, well, I won't be here Thursday. I'll be back Monday.
¿Ontas jalando qué, carnal?
Ace Primary Home Care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a field super.
And you have to work because you can't make a living doing this anymore.
Not like how it was back in the day.
Yeah, no, man, and not even record labels to do anything, much. But how did Mike hook up with AJ anyway and get that together? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know the backstory on that. I mean, they've known each other.
You went up to the New Braunfels and did the recording there?
He's got an amazing studio, man.
JJ trae todo.
It's a freaking compound there. He
had
the main studio, then he had a guest house over here, and then he had his warehouse over here, his bus, trailer. It was...
Guy's got his shit together,
enclosed,
bro.
Man. I was like, man, it's a compound or something.
No, ese vato ain't playing around.
Very
dude.
nice, man. Very professional.
I had him and his dad on my show, dude. Bro.
I watched it. Yeah.
Toda madre, carnal.
He's a good... AJ was pretty cool, man. I'd never met him before.
Yeah.
But he's a pretty cool guy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see him and you've never met him, he looks like he no te va a caer bien, you know what I mean? But once you meet him in person, he was pretty cool.
That is true, right? I mean, some people look like como si tienen la sangre empezada, bro. And they really don't, but they don't want any bullshit, They just be straight up. And man, I mean, what AJ has been able to build is pretty astonishing. Not just anybody can do that.
Yeah.
And to have the mindset to have everything, you got to be on top of shit when you have a production company, when you have a studio, when you have a band, when you have bookings, when you have gigs, it's
and he's got one of those big productions, dude.
Sí, bro. Tiene trailers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So, te saliste de... So, you quit the band Iconiccz, or te dijo aquel vato, ¿sabes qué? Not gonna work out.
Yeah. Pretty much, pretty much. It's not gonna work out. So, está bueno, man.
¿Y no te dijo qué pasó o qué? Like...
No, it was just, a disagreement, man. And we kind of, agreed to disagree or whatever. And we just, está bueno, man.
Was it about gigs and shit, or showing up to gigs, or what, man?
No, man. It was just, something else. Some other bullshit.
Órale. You're taking the fifth on this one, bro. That's all right.
But like I tell you, at the end of the day, we both realize business is business. It's his business, man.
Yeah.
And I don't have no grudge on what
Did you all do it? Did he tell you like over text, or were you over there in San Antonio when it
started
happened?
over a text? And I called him. I was like, I need to hear it from him. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so we called him. We talked, and he wished me well. I wished him well, and so for a while it was kind of like I didn't, we didn't talk or anything. We didn't text, and then after a while I was like, you know what? I mean, I'm getting older, man. Why am I gonna hold a grudge for somebody?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think
so. You felt anger.
Most of my Facebook posts too did sound kind of bitter or seem kind of bitter, and I was like, nah, I can't be like that anymore.
No podemos, carnal.
Nah. So I ended up texting one day a joke or something. We just, from there, we started texting every I love the guy, man.
Our lives are chapters in a book.
Yeah, man. Mike he's a cool guy, dude. And he's one of those where if you've never met him, he looks like he's a
serio.
Yeah.
Es bien serio.
But once you meet him, like he's a jokester, dude.
But he's got a very dry sense of, I don't know, I don't know. I mean, he's a serious. Su music te hace más serio, ¿verdad?
He's a serious guy.
But we do get he is fun to be with.
But a big shout out to Mike Gonzalez, man.
Y June Buck también. ¿Cómo aguantaste a pinche June Buck, carnal? Chingao.
Hey, well, luckily he came over every so often, so I didn't always see him, man. But June Buck también.
Es bien pinche, es bien picabuche, pinche June Buck, vato. Es an instigator de la madre. But
man, all of them, man. Church también.
No, man, they're quite an interesting family. And just an amazing career that they've had, and from a childhood through adulthood, the life that they led. Not anybody just led a life like that, following their father's footsteps and being with their father everywhere, performing and seeing the success and the magic that their father could do.
The stories that Mike and George told me was like, man, your dad sounds like I wish I would have met him, man, because he's got some stories, dude.
Y era toda madre, Jimmy, bro.
I heard.
I mean, he was like, I used to freak out with him, man, because I went to go see him at Freddy Studios one time, and he's like, it's like 2 a.m, and he's sitting on the couch with his head back, with his eyes closed. He's been in the studio recording, and the guy, I think it was the keyboard player, Chris Perales, right? Uh-huh. He's like doing all the, the little stuff he's done, pushing all the knobs and all that. And there's tape, and they got to put the tape back and all that, and rewind it and all that. And Jimmy's in the couch with his head back, with his eyes closed, like trying to sleep, and dictating what he should do. Like, turn it back. Okay, right there. Cut it. Okay, then bring this up. And he was
crazy, dude.
It was crazy. I mean, that dude was like, there's no other Jimmy Gonzalez, dude. Man. There's no, and it's going to be hard to find another. I mean, you've got like Gabe Zavala and all these great producers, but Jimmy was just something else, man. And Joe también. And they built the Tejano industry. They did.
Their story is just, it's amazing.
And I'm really glad that he used Iconiccz instead of using Maz.
I like it, man. I like it because it's his own. It's his own, man.
Sí, aparte de eso, la gente dije, no es Maz, no está Joe, no está Jimmy, So they didn't become just a Maz tribute band.
No, not even.
They started as a tribute to the band, right? Mm-hmm. Not necessarily a tribute, but a Maz cover band. And as a tribute to Jimmy, and they're slowly evolving into their own, I mean, Perfect.
Their new cumbia's pretty
Perfect
banging
plan.
too, man.
Yeah. So te saliste and then you
man,
were off for a little
so
bit.
I was out for a little bit, and people
You
kept
took it out on Facebook.
took it out on Facebook, sounding all bitter and
vent
shit.
y la chingada, rant.
I ranted. I ranted.
Oye, la raza, that's our first thing to do, right, bro? Déjame ir al pinche Facebook.
Hasta el roadie, el Raúl, the roadie for the Iconiccz, well, we became good friends, right?
Uh-huh.
He would send me a message, okay, está bueno, bro. Yeah, you're sounding real bitter. And I was like,
Yeah.
I can't post anything or what?
Yeah.
But then, I would go back to what I posted, and I'd be like, yeah, I guess I kind of.
Dude, we always do. I mean, it's only natural. It's it's human nature to be hurt and anger and lash out. And it's hard to hold back. And
a lot of people would tell me like, one door closes, another opens. Do your own thing.
Yeah.
Record some music, but what a lot of people don't understand is that it takes a lot, man. It takes time. It takes money to be able to record your own, your own stuff. So.
And it takes a sacrifice with family too.
Yeah. So I was, and then all of a sudden, I get on Facebook, right, and then I see that post of Tejano, right, looking for a new lead singer, and then Geneva sends me the.
Tamando ranting y raving. Chinga, necesitamos un pinche singer.
And then Geneva sends me a message to that same post, and I was like, those are some big shoes to fill too, man. Because Carlos, he sings really good.
Oh no, yeah.
And she's like, it's not about filling someone's shoes. It's about creating your own identity. And I was like, so I text Jimmy Cano, and I was like, hey Jimmy, put in a good word for me with Tejano, right? He's like, you want to try out or what? I was like, well, I'd like to. And he's like, well, we kind of brought your name up, but I didn't think you'd be interested. I was like, how are you going to know if you don't even ask me?
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'll talk to Mando. And it's a few hours after that, Mando sends me a message, if you want to try out and this and that. So I gave him my number. And yeah, man, I'm here.
Ya estás con él.
And it was a nerve-wracking tryout, dude, to be honest with you.
I don't know, man. It's you know why? I know it's nerve-wracking because you feel like you got to sound like
algo así.
Like
not only that,
like Carlos, right?
I'm thinking to myself, pues it's gonna be a full band tryout, right?
Uh-huh.
You remember
that
that
karaoke? Back to Pizza Hut. Fun time pizza.
You remember that movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you know that scene where he tries out with Still Dragon at the recording studio, and they're listening to him. That's how it was. So I'm singing on playback with the music, right? But I didn't know this at the time. So I'm on my way to the tryout, and
are you at Chewy Studio?
At Chewy Studio,
okay, over there on Word Road.
And Jimmy texted me, hey, are you ready? I was like, yeah, man, I'm already on my way. And he's like, okay, so you're going to try out with the playback. And I'm driving and I read it. I was like, what the fuck? And so I text him, so it's not going to be a full band tryout? He's like, no. And he was like, oh.
It's different.
So the nerves start kicking in, man.
Yeah.
So me personally, I don't think it was a good tryout.
Plus, it was your first time and you estabas nervioso.
Yeah.
As long as you see a little inkling of potential.
Yeah. And then so I got through it. It was 5 songs, and I talked to them afterwards. I was like, look, this was one of my best performances, but if y'all wanted to give me a try and this and that, and I didn't think I was gonna get it, to be honest with you. I didn't think I was gonna get it.
Yeah. No, I would think you would. I mean, you've been doing it for too long, man.
Yeah.
And Sereno's been doing it for a long time too here, and it's the songs you got to learn, you know. I mean, but no, I'm glad that you're able to fill in those shoes, man. But it's like you were told, it's you got to form your own identity. You know what I mean? Don't worry about sounding like Carlos or anything like that.
Yeah, I think when you're singing other people's music, it's hard. But once you record your own music, that's when it's really gonna come out something different.
What do you think when you hear the song we just heard with Iconiccz? When you hear yourself on that,
It's different, man. I mean, I like it. Dude.
Right?
Yeah, it's probably one of my best recordings.
and it's rare that we hear ourselves and say we like it, right, bro? We always hate it. I'm my worst critic, man.
But I mean, I would do shows with the Iconiccz, and afterwards people would be like, "Man, you sound just like Jimmy Gonzalez, and you sound just like Jimmy." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not trying to sing like him. I'm not trying to sound like him either. I sing how I sing, right?" And then when we got this single out, I was like, "Man, it sounds like me, man. It sounds like it's different." I don't sound like.
Was somebody there kind of guiding you how to? ¿Quién era?
AJ and the engineer, Anthony Perez.
So they pretty much they're the ones that kind of spearheaded the, guiding you to the sing, a certain way and all that.
Yeah.
No, me se inventaron, bro. Nice song.
Thank you.
And then pues Mando and Sereno, they've got their own studio, dude. They're probably gonna put you in there. You guys got to record a single quick.
So. I want to.
Yeah,
I want to. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna hang out with some.
Chewy's like, Chewy said he's got a bunch of songs. So he's just like, we just got to listen to him and find the perfect one. So.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Is it a cumbia? Is it a ranchera?
Yeah.
A balada? Yeah, those guys play everything.
It might be a ranchera or something.
Yeah.
Because they just came out with that cumbia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, pues está bien, bro. I'm real happy for you, Isaac.
Thank you, man.
And you know what, dude? You don't change, dude. You look the same, bro. You look exactly the same as you did when you walked into the studio, because I invited you to come check out the studio and like kind of give me some, criticism on my vocals on that song.
I didn't give you any criticism.
Ya
It
sé,
was perfect.
estaba bien fea la canción, carnal.
It was good, dude.
It was, ladies and gentlemen, it's when they had killed Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
So I started the band and we were like outlaw and patriotic. We've always had flags.
Yeah.
So the song was, Osama bin Laden, you kiss our ass. We even released it as a single on that. But when you listen to what we did now, with like Bobby and Lucky Joe, the Third Rate Romance, and you listen to that, I was like, Dale está feo, carnal. ¿Entiendes la onda? Nowadays, we could probably do a little something different. Plus, it was a little political and stuff like that. Yeah, I should post it, right? Maybe some people will like it.
Like a flashback Thursday or like a throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
Post the video.
No, hombre, carnal, I don't want that shit to go out, bro. No way, bro. I think I deleted it off YouTube, bro.
Man,
but I don't know. Pues it'll be exclusive, $9.99. Ay, que la chica. Members only. ¿Quieres oír ese mugrero?
Subscribe.
Members only. Bueno, carnalito, I will see you, and man, I appreciate you. Isaac, the single will be the last time. Next time you come in, we're going to have a single with Sereno with you guys, all right?
Hell yeah.
Órale. Ladies and gentlemen, Isaac Vidaurri, the newest member of Grupo Sereno, right here on hashtag PVT. It's one-on-one with Rock and Roll James. Asústame one time.